In this video, we're going to be adding fractions with variable. I have 4 questions for this video, which are 3 of them is going to be easy and the last one is going to be a little bit harder. Question 1. What is the sum of 2x over 3 and x over 4? You might be wondering, what is this question saying? Well, by looking at this keyword sum means add. So if they're asking what is the sum of 2x over 3 and x4, we're just combining them. So this basically means 2x over 3 plus x over 4. One thing you must remember when you're adding fractions is to get them to have a common denominator. You cannot just basically add them like 2x and x and 3 plus 4 is 7, because that does not work. So by looking at this, we know that our answer is not gonna be A and B, because that is a common mistake for some people, is that they get 3x over 7 for A because they combine them. But we need to get them to have a common denominator. So our least common denominator for 3 and 4, one easy way to do it is just multiply them. So that's how I do it. It's gonna be 12. So we need to get both of these fractions to have a common denominator of 12. We're going to time 2x over 3 by 4. That gives us 8x over 12. And then we're going to multiply x over 4 by 3. We're going to get 3x over 12. And now we can combine them because they have the same common denominator. We're going to get ax over 12 plus 3x over 12. 8 plus 3 is going to be 11x. And 12, we don't add them, so we leave them the same. We're going to get an answer of 11x over 12, which is D. Question 2 is basically the same thing as question 1. The sum of x over 3 and 3x over 4 is, now let's rewrite it, x over 3 plus 3x over 4. Now we need them to have a common denominator of 12, okay? 3 times 4. We're going to multiply x over 3 by 4. We get 4x over 12. We're going to multiply 3x over 4 by 3. We get 9x over 12. Now we can combine them. 4x over 12 plus 9x over 12. 4 plus 9 is going to be 13. And 12 we don't add, so our answer is going to be 13x over 12, which is C. Question 3. The sum of 4x over 5 and 2x over 3 is... This is basically the same thing as the other two questions, 4x over 5 plus 2x over 3. Now we need to have a least common denominator of 15. So I'm just going to multiply 4x over 5 by 3. 5 times 3 is going to be 15. 12x over 15. I'm going to multiply 2x over 3 by 5. I get 10x over 15. Now they have a common denominator. I can combine them now. 12x over 15 plus 10x over 15. We're going to get 22x over 15, which is going to be B. Question 4 is going to be a little bit harder. Now we have division. No. Question 4 is going to be a little bit harder. Now we have subtraction in the numerator, and the fractions are also being subtracted from each other. And we want to express this in simplest form. They're saying that express this form is expressed in simplest form, this is equivalent. So equivalent, this word here just means equal to, equal sign. Just think of it as an equal sign. What is it equal to? If we simplify x minus 7 over 6 and 3x minus 12. Alright, one thing to do here is to not get frustrated. When people or students see that, they will get really confused and say, how do I express this? Do I do x minus 7 minus 3x minus 12 first, and then I'll find the least common denominator, or do I find the least common denominator first? I recommend you find the least common denominator first. That's how subtracting fractions are. I chose these 4 problems because they have variables in the numerator, which will maybe confuse a little bit of students if they were to approach these types of problems, but likely it will not show up. So what I'm going to do is that the least common denominator is going to be 12. Okay, because I know that I'm not going to do 6 times 12. That's going to be a really big number. I know that 6 times 2 is going to be 12, so I cannot do anything to the 12 where 3x minus 12 over 12 because I can just leave it. Last work, so x minus 7 over 6, I want to multiply all this by 2. Remember that this is in parentheses because the variable is being subtracted by 7. So it is going to be 2 times the rest of x minus 7. It's not just 2x minus 7. The 2 is multiplying everything inside that parenthesis. We're going to get 2x minus 14 over 12. Now we have that, we can now subtract our fractions. 2x minus 14 over 12 minus 3x minus 2 over 12. One thing here you must know is that when you subtract fractions, you have to put them in parentheses. So I'm gonna simplify the numerators first. I know that I'm not gonna do anything to the denominator, so I just leave it. So let's write these in parentheses. 2x minus 14 minus 3x minus 12 or 2. Sorry. One thing here is to get distributed is negative into 3x and negative 2. We're going to get 2x minus 14 minus 3x plus 2. If you do not do that, your answer is going to be wrong because you must distribute. And now we can combine like terms. We have a like term of 2x and negative 3x. That's going to be negative x. And our next like term is going to be negative 14 and 2. Negative 14 plus 2 is going to be negative 12. That is going to be our numerator. Now, the rest of this being subtracted is just this work here. We're just left in the numerator. Negative x minus 12 over 12 is going to be an answer. Do not simplify negative 12 and 12 because it's being subtracted. So our answer is just going to be C.